and they're leading tonight. But as we mentioned, going into the half, Bishop's actually led at this point in the last couple seasons, so they're hoping things will turn around. They're going to get the ball but lose it, and it's grabbed by Liam Corbett, and Guelph will take first possession for the first offensive possession of the game. Kavanaugh with a couple of goals for Guelph. Olbicus will slow things down a little. Looks like for the moment, Bishop's moving away from the strategy of having Martineau stay up on Olbicus. Partly probably because Olbicus is headed up to the top of the formation and is not heading down into the slot area.
Yeah, it's almost like he's trying to toy the defenders away from the middle to get on him because he's the scorer, and then they feed it down to Kavanaugh for him to put it in.
You can see 44, Sean McAnuff is ready to pounce on Olbicus anytime he gets out there. You got to keep an eye on Kavanaugh too, as we mentioned, a couple of goals. He's slipping into the slot now, but a nice strip by Brad Haddon. The ball's loose. Haddon trying to scoop it up. He gets it, but loses it. We're going to have a push from behind. Penalty coming. It'll be Todd Greer heading off. Haddon just trying to pick up the ball, and Greer, a little cross check to the back. Not too much question about that one.
Gators have a nice man advantage now. They're going to come down and try to take advantage of this.
Going to set things up, take their time. Ball circling around the top, cutting to the middle, and a quick shot off the side of the net. Nice release by Malloy, but he just couldn't quite find his spot. Now Dewar's going to try and come out. He's repelled. Goes up to Malloy. There's a save by Lalani. Gets the shaft of the stick on it. Penalty is over. Guelph's back to full strength. Bishop's going to take their time. Not much time, though. It was a quick shot from the outside by Mason Austin. Lalani had no trouble with that one. He'll just lob it back. We've seen Lalani holding on to the ball for quite a bit. Now he's going to get it back and work the methodical clear. Getting it back from Kirchmeier. Lalani just about 20 feet up from his net. Taking his time. We've seen some patient clears. This may be the slowest of the bunch.
Yeah, he's just letting the ball almost fall out of his stick there, the way he's holding it as he walks out.
Well, you know, with a 2-goal lead, they don't have to press the action. Now he's going to make the pass, and it was a bit of a shaky one, but Calvin Holland grabs it with one hand, sprints horizontally, and it looks like he's just going to give it back to Lalani. No, Lalani's just saying, take your time, pass it off. Now he gives it to Kirchmeier. Kirchmeier, the LSM, is going to go back to Lalani. Guelph will set the whole thing up again. Holland's going to head off the field. And they actually bring another long stick. Justin Martin, defender, comes on, takes the pass, has to fling it behind him with a double team coming from Bishops. Nice sprint forward to grab it by Haddon. There's a sprint up by Nico Brands. We talked about him getting up into the offensive play. He's going to give it off to Dewar, and Bishops comes out of that long clear from Guelph with possession. The Gator cheerleaders doing the Gator chomp down in front of us. Nice to see the girls out supporting the team.
Good to have someone on the sidelines cheering them on.
One of the cheerleaders, I think she might be the head cheerleader from just the way things are working down there. Bryony was actually the woman who sang the national anthem tonight, so multi-talented, singing and leading the dance group. Bishops gets that ball back again. The Western Mustangs here in full attendance watching this game. They will meet the winner of this contest.
Yeah, they got the video camera out and everything, really studying the play of both teams, see who they're going to be matched up against tomorrow.
Bishop's slowing things down a bit, getting the methodical approach. Malloy way up high. Hands it off to Winquist.
Bishop's fans getting the chant going to try and cheer their team on offense here.
Dewar's going to throw it out to the wing. Joel Wright. Back to Dewar, who gets it around to Malloy. Malloy watched by McKenzie. McKenzie going way up high, the long pole, sticking with Malloy. Talked about how Guelph had been tending to stick to their guys holding their positions, but it really looks like McKenzie's kind of locking off on Malloy for the time being.
Well, they know that Malloy is one of their big guys, but
yeah, well, he's the top scorer.
We haven't seen a lot of action from him here yet tonight. I think he's only had 2 shots on net.
That was a great slide by Nathan McKenzie. He was, as we mentioned, up on Malloy and then slid down to force Dewar to rush the shot, and that went wide. Bishops did get it back. Winquist is able to pick up his own loose ball. They go behind the net, and Bateman from the X throws it out top. Joel Wright switches hands. Tries a little face dodge. There's a shot and a goal. And Malloy steps away from McKenzie. That's why they're guarding him closely, because he can do just that.
It's funny, I was just mentioning we hadn't seen a lot from him yet tonight, and there he goes with a rocket shot on net.
Of course, the thing, I mean, the numbers through the regular season put up against a pretty broad range of levels of competition. You know, there are some stronger and weaker teams in CUFLA. And, you know, Malloy has shown that he can pile them up when the opportunity arises. But this is a case against one of the top defenses in the country where he just creates separation, right? Just steps up high, and what a quick release going mid to high. Bishops gets the ball after the save by Bigley, and they're going to push it back up the other way and try and keep striking. Dewar to Malloy. He's going to give it up top. There's a goal once again.
Wow.
What a shot there.
Bishop's answers really quick with the second goal. Back to back there. Bring it back to a tied game. Almost midway here in the third quarter.
Who was that one that took that one home, Sawyer?
To be honest, I think it might have been Taryn Cook, but I'm not even 100% sure, to be honest, Stephen. It was moving really fast, and they passed the ball around really quick, moved it back to the top of the house. And
well, you can just see they were trying to press the advantage while they felt like they had some momentum, and
you could see the Guelph defenders hustling in, and then they got the ball just behind them as they ran by Cook, and he was able to put it right on net.
Yeah, great shot, and it's tied up 4-4. Bishops battling back in just over 8 minutes of play here in the third quarter, stymieing Guelph's offense. Luke Stockton moving ahead. You got it, Taryn Cook. Like you said, some quick ball movement. Malloy this time playing the setup man. And we are all tied up. Cook having a terrific game for the Gators here. Guelph going to slow things down a little, give their defense a bit of a break because the ball has been down in their end for a while. They're going to move around the offensive zone. Kavanaugh will go down to the bottom. Corbett just moves it across. And Ulbicus will toss it up top. They're starting to get Kavanaugh on that crease area again. Now he'll slip out. Go straight back in. They're trying to get him open. Bishop's doing a nice job of being aware of where he is at all times. There's a shot by Brendan Vogan. He was falling as he took it, and it bounces off the turf and up over the net. It looked fairly wide, but when you get down to it, that ball was only about a foot or so above the crossbar. But it looked like Bigley was ready for it. But it can kind of fool you as a goalie when a guy's falling down. It kind of throws off the release point.
Yeah, you don't expect him to be able to get a shot off, and then might sneak by you if you're not paying attention.
Kavanaugh once again on the crease, looking for the pass. He wants them to get it into him, but it's tricky when you're in that position. You can't necessarily see where they're playing you, how close people are to you, whereas the others can. There's a nice save by Bigley on a quick release. Zachary Louis trying to beat him, and now Louis is chasing Bigley around. That's one thing that Bigley does bring, is that athletic goaltender adds the ability to just run away from the attacker.
He's fast on his feet.
Of course, infield lacrosse, you can toss the ball into the back side of the mesh and use that as a break, but he just throws it up the field to Nico Brands. Once again up the stadium turf here. Dewar's going to look down at Malloy, but go up top instead. Give it off to Mark Robert. He's backpedaling. Mark Hall. Given first name Robert Hall, but he likes Mark, so we're calling him Mark. But I'm just going to throw all the names in there once in a while. There's a pass to the cutter. Chance, but it's fired wide. Nice job by Nicholas Vortman to get onto the hands of Cam Bateman. And it's going to be Guelph possession. Not often you see that where the offense takes a shot and they don't have somebody back. Again, possession goes to the team when the shot, when the ball goes out of bounds on a shot, whichever team is closest to the goal line. Bishop's going to cause a turnover, come back the other way. They've got a lot of momentum. Guelph hasn't really produced, I would say, a dangerous scoring opportunity in this quarter. Bishops has definitely had the control of the game so far.
Yeah, Bishops went into the half down, and they knew when they came back they had to bring the heat and really apply the pressure, and they've only allowed a couple shots on Bigley this half. So
that shot maybe forced a bit by Mark Hall. Oh, nice play. What a pass by Justin Martin to get that ball over to McKenzie just before he stepped out of bounds. Had the double team. He knew somebody was open near him and made the smart pass. They move it up to Kavanaugh. Guelph's going to just slow things down a bit while they get their offensive players out as McKenzie heads back into the defensive end and catches his breath. The Guelph defense has been working hard. The offense trying to give them some time to recover, but Guelph had an 11-8 edge in shots on goal and a 4-2 lead in scoring in the first half, but Bishop's really getting the better of the play here, and Guelph now starting to try to penetrate and create something offensively to challenge David Bigley and this Bishop's defense. Ulbicus over on his natural side. They're going to move it rapidly around. Kavanaugh thinking about coming out, makes the pass. You can see McCullough thinking about going to the net, but just jostled the ball a little bit, bobbled it just a touch when he was catching that pass and couldn't go. Ulbicus, a little short arm flick down to Kavanaugh, back up to Ulbicus. Guelph continues to move it around the outside, kind of backed away from their first drive to the net, and they're going to set things back up. There's two men cutting to the middle at the same time, and they both stay in there. Made it pretty easy, actually, for Bishops to cover both of them. Mm-hmm. And now, flag on the play. Guelph will get another opportunity on the power play.
Guelph's had a lot of opportunities on the power play this game, too.
They have, and they haven't really taken advantage of them the way they could have. They're going to start with the ball behind the net in the stick of Liam Corbett. McCullough around the top to Greer. Ulbicus gives it up immediately, and they go to Kavanaugh behind the net. Sorry, Corbett behind the net. There's Kavanaugh now with the ball. Shots by Louis, thoughts by Louis of a shot. He gets it back, throws it behind the net to Kavanaugh. Good movement by Guelph. They're getting some pressure. Bishop's scrambling a bit on defense a bit. Oh, they had Louis wide open over on the far post. Just didn't see him and get it over to him. Ulbicus gets it to him now, but he's covered immediately. Great response by Brands. And there's Bigley pouncing on that loose ball.
Really nice stick deflection by Bigley there to stop the motion of the play and deposit so he can get a full roster back on the field.
We'll have a ceremony at the end of each game this weekend, all 5, the 2 quarterfinals, the 2 semifinals tomorrow at 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock, and then the 1 o'clock Sunday championship game. The player of the game from each team. And Sawyer, you and I will have a say in that. We'll be giving our votes in. And I'd have to say right now, if I was picking, I'd be going with David Bigley, I think, for Bishops. He's
Bigley,
been
he's
so
pretty
involved.
much standing on his head, and you're right. He's been involved with every single play. Like, leading up to each of Bishop's goals, he's been involved in it to bring the play up and make that happen.
Nice block, but it was a crease play anyway by Cam Bateman. Guelph, not quite as easy. I don't know that anyone is kind of the guy so far for them. In a 4-4 game, you might look on the defensive side of the field, and I would lean towards maybe Nathan McKenzie, number 44, who's been awfully good.
Yeah, he's been really solid on defense, and on the Guelph offense, they've been moving the ball around so well that so many people have kind of had the opportunity with the ball that it's kind of nobody's stuck out and been the star man. They're really playing a good team play.
Guelph moving it around the back again. They'd love to get some more production from Brett Elbicus, who takes the pass now. He's hoping that he can step up and provide them with the big goal. The next goal, a huge one, as we've had a run of play here without any scoring for a bit. Here's McCullough sprinting into the offensive set as Elbicus throws it down low to Louis. Boy, in a game like this with the tight defense, both very good goalies, you think back to that a couple shifts ago, a couple possessions ago when Louis was left all alone on that far post, and Guelph just didn't see him there.
They didn't see him there. If they had got the ball to him, it would have been a different game right now.
David Bigley's very good, but boy, that's tough when the ball is going cross crease to a guy who's unmarked and can shoot wherever he likes, whenever he likes.
He would have had to move like lightning to get to that other post.
Well, the problem, of course, you come across that fast, you can just step out and shoot far side. There's no way you can change directions again. Louis will give it up now. Olbicus gives it to McCullough. Little under 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. A 4-4 tie in the first quarterfinal of the 2015 Baggataway Cup. I'm Steven Stamp with Sawyer Brock.
Oh.
There's Brendan Vogan falling into the turf again. I want to check his cleats because he's actually been losing his footing a bit. We haven't seen too much trouble from other folks, but he did have a little bit of help. And there's Bigley again sprinting out. That is a quick run, and now they're going to say Guelph ball. I can tell you that Shane Jackson is the least happy man on the field as he had his stick stripped away from him.
Yeah, he does not agree with that call.
Guelph has it. They're going to take their time getting everybody out there. Now you've got a Bishop's defense that's been running around for several minutes here. Guelph has turned the tide a bit, got some pressure, forced them to work. That pass skips away, and Bishops is going to get the ball back. Nice pressure coming back from Nicholas Martineau. Talk about another defender who's had a strong game. Martineau from the beginning has been involved in a lot of plays.
He's been all over all
possibilities. Yeah. We talked about that earlier. Martineau was locked off on Elbicus when Elbicus would get down low, and he is following him a bit when he heads up higher on the field. Now Bishop's taking their time. Mark Hall will slow things down. Dewar in behind the net. You see Malloy, number 15, on the near side. About to take the pass. Leading scorer for this club. Actually, leading scorer for all of CUFLA.
He's actually second in the league.
Eastern Conference.
Yeah, he's second in the league for all of CUFLA with the goals.
Brandon Slade with 63 points for the Brock Badgers. Leading goal scorer this year in CUFLA, not at the Baggataway Cup, Mitch DeSnew, playing for the University of Toronto Varsity Blues. And he actually completed a degree at Drexel, then came up, he's doing a master's degree in biomedical science. Pretty smart guy.
Yeah, for sure.
And he also led. Oh, what a play by Bigley. And then the pass. Oh, I thought he'd completed the pass.
That was a huge snag for Bigley. If he hadn't had that, the Gryphons attack man would have had a goal for sure, if not.
To get that ball, a flag coming. Dewar spinning. The long pass from Bigley went to Dewar, but he wasn't able to catch it initially. And he eventually did get the ball. Slashing call. And now the Gators are going to have a chance to go on the man up. I believe that's going to be the end of the quarter, though. Yeah, that'll be it for 3 quarters of play. Bishops will come out in the 4th with the man advantage. It's 4-4, just 20 minutes from deciding who will go on to the semifinals of this Baggataway Cup quarterfinal. We'll take a couple of minutes. We'll be back. I'm Steven Stamp with Sawyer Brock. Thanks for being with us, and come on back.